Do you want to know the most common reason that I see photographers failing? And this is coming from two different hats I wear. One is I work as an agent, so I see loads of photographers wanting representation for commercial campaigns. And the other is I offer mentoring, and I have loads of photographers come forward going, help, I've been trying to do this for ages, it ain't working. Can you help me? So I thought, yeah, let's break this down. We looked at a couple of hundred people who'd come in contact with us, worked out why it was they were failing, and then I asked you guys on a little poll, do you think it's bad photos, bad marketing, bad personality, or a bad contact list that is the most common reason? The thing you thought was the most common reason was bad marketing, followed by personality, followed by contact, and then last but not least, bad photographs. Now, in the comments below, let me know if you think that's the correct order, because I don't know whether everyone sees these polls, and I'd like to get more information on this because it helps me know what to teach here to help you. But let me tell you what I found to be the case. The number one issue and the biggest reason why people are not succeeding as photographers is what you voted as the least biggest reason. It's bad photos. The majority of the photos I see suck. And here's the problem. When I say they suck, there's nothing wrong with them. There's no bad exposure. There's no missed focus. It's not like they're taking incorrect photos. They're dull. They're boring. I've seen them before. There's nothing in it for. I'm like, yeah, great. There's a picture. Well done. It might as well be AI. I've seen it before. I've seen it before. It's not that they're technically incompetent. If anything, most of the people with these bad photos are overly technically competent. They make me look technically incompetent, and I shoot with a camera that needs like a PhD in physics to work. So it's not that. They're boring. I've seen them before. They're often over-processed. Granted, that is a technique we try and fix for them. They're almost always over-sharpened. And just so everyone knows, we don't often sharpen images here. We just don't. It doesn't look nice. It's just artificial. It's just contrast around a pixel. It's not nice. We don't do it. Always, not always, sometimes. Sometimes it needs it. Sometimes I misfocus. That's the biggest reason, it's bad photos. Now the next biggest reason is bad personality. The next reason I see why people are not getting work is because of their personality. Now if I turned up on set talking like I do on YouTube, yeah, I'm going to have some problems there. What you need to understand is YouTube Scott isn't one, Scott at home with a family and kids, and isn't two, Scott on a job. Scott at home with a family and kids is very silly, very funny. I don't take life too seriously. I'm usually the reason something silly happens or bad happens or something gets broken. Scott on set is everyone's mate. Scott on set is sweeping up at the end of the day. I turn up, and now there's a difficulty here. I have to turn up with a certain amount of arrogance because everyone in the room has to know that I'm going to save the day. I'm the one there with the hundreds of thousands of pounds of money coming at him who's there to make it happen. There is that to it. When I turn up and I smooth the clients, I speak to my agents, I speak to, if the creative director's got an agent, I speak to their agent, speak to everyone's agents, have a little chat, we have our coffees whilst the crew set up. But at the end of the day, I'm packing down. I'm the last one out of the studio, I'm the first one in the studio. I'm the one who hears one of the clients go, oh, I had this last night, it was really good, and on the second day of the shoot, I make sure that thing is in the room. I'm the person who makes sure everybody has a good time. Even when and there are difficult conversations. I have to have really awkward conversations, but like, you can't have that, or that's a cool idea, mate. It's going to look awful. Please trust me. Like, I have those conversations still, but you got to be in there with it. But personality is a massive one. There's people that we've not signed who've got great work, that we've met them and then gone, yeah, no, not on set with us, not in our line. I've had assistants come on set and we've told them not to come in the next day. We still pay them for the whole week, but I'm like, nah, don't want that personality on set. They are a red flag. Don't want it. I have a really cool job, but it's very stressful. The last thing I need is difficult people in my team. My team should be the most fun, easygoing group of people you could ever work with. So that's why personality is the second biggest reason. Up third is marketing. Now, marketing's a difficult one because without any of the other two things, marketing is pointless. But a lot of photographers don't actually do any marketing and then wonder why they get no work. And I'm not talking about, oh, I did some social media posts. That's not even the bare minimum. That is below the bare minimum, getting some social media out there. I mean, we've got a whole workshop on how to market as a commercial photographer. I will try to remember to pop a link below. Bear with me, I almost always forget. But go to Tin House, you can find it as a whole thing that's hours long. Everything from how to conduct a meeting, how to share a portfolio, mail marketers, how to find people, what to say, all of that is in there. It's the best workshop we've ever made. But Go and do that once you've got but there's no point in marketing anything until those first two things are sorted. Now, the least important thing is your contact list. You can find a contact list. I didn't know anybody in the industry. When I started, I turned up with a box of black and white prints I'd made, mostly nudes actually, because I was shooting a lot of nudes when turned up with those to my mate Hitz's studio, which was on some like non-fancy road in Leicester, and I was like, can I come and work with you? He looked at them, he must have taken pity on me. I'm going to try and get him on the podcast one day because he's a real good guy. I wouldn't have my career today if he hadn't have taken me on as a second shooter. But that was my only contact for ages, and I had to find every contact after that. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know him. I had to turn up at his studio, and thank God he took me on. I'm pretty sure he paid me 20 quid for my first job, and I probably cost him about 300 and wasted time. But I know for a fact that when I used the second shoot from at the start, probably third shooting, as Paul as well was there, he didn't even offload my memory cards because he knew the photos were that bad. But that's kind of the order as like why people aren't succeeding. It's mostly bad photos. And when I say bad, I don't mean like technically bad, like I said, boring. Seen it before. Show me something I've not seen before. Show me a slant on something, a twist on something. Show me something I haven't seen before, and then you're in. You're on your way to making it.